here and we are in motion. We are here and we are in motion, taking off fast lane, no coasting. Glad to be here. Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Saturday afternoon. We're going to come through and make the crowd go boom. Today we're talking about being together, but while being apart. Yo, it wasn't like that from the start. But things got bad. You know, people got sad on one end, but they couldn't make amends. But we still together. We are not apart, but we not like we used to be. But we coming from the heart, and we gotta do better eventually. Cause I'm not leaving you when you ain't leaving me. But we probably should, but we didn't. No, I'm here with you and no kidding. And I'm bidding that it's going to get better, but it might not. But I won't let another person coming through and say nothing about you. But we still together in a ways that I knew that it would come down to this. And I don't know if give me a kid. All right, the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your Sun 752, and we are talking about y'all still together, but one of y'all have moved on. When y'all still together, but one of y'all have moved on. So it's like your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. You're messing me around. Sometimes it's like that. And you may have been in this situation in different forms, different variations. It's not always just a relationship thing, but it could revolve around some relationships. But we're gonna get into all of that. Y'all know how we do. Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Oh, Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Glad to be here, y'all. I know it's a little late. You know what I mean? I said I would be here at 1 o'clock. But y'all know how it goes on a Saturday, man. We have things that we have to get together. I have things I have to get together, and everything is going to be okay. But we're here now, and we're going to rock out. Going to rock out. Rock out with your cock out, baby. Yes. So here it is, the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. And we are talking about y'all are still together, but one of y'all, at least one of y'all, have moved on, has checked out. One of y'all has moved on and checked out. Now, a lot of people will listen to the situation, they'll listen to the title of the show, and they'll say to themselves, well, you know, if you don't want to be with anybody anymore, if you don't want to be with somebody anymore, then you should move on. You shouldn't leave them on and make them think that things are going to be better or that they're going to improve or that you are still there. That's wrong. That's almost as bad as cheating on somebody and staying with them. And you know, you don't have to. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all got the hiccups. I'm like a baby over here. It's like cheating. You know, why would you cheat on somebody and still be with somebody? You should just break up with them and then have the power and the freedom to do whatever you want. And yeah, that's easy for other people to say, but until you've walked a mile in somebody's shoes, it's hard to really say what they should do and how they should do it in the time frame that they might do it. There can be a lot of different reasons that you may have moved on mentally and emotionally in a relationship, but you may still hold out hope that things will get better eventually between the two of you. So that's how a lot of times, you know, things play out in your life, not just in relationships, not just in marriages, but in other areas of your life too. We're gonna talk about them. Oh yes, we are. You think we ain't when we are? You think we wasn't all stars? Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure that we are the cleanest. I just want to make sure my house is the cleanest. There you go. I don't know. That looks clearer to me. It does. That looks clearer to me. All right. So that's what we're talking about today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, Saturday afternoon. Y'all still together, but one or both of y'all have moved on. You ever live with somebody? You ever live with somebody and y'all actively live together? You know, maybe still cook for each other, make meals, share bills, you know, share the same bed, maybe are still having sex, maybe not as much as y'all used to, maybe hardly at all, but y'all still together. Y'all have just gotten used to the fact that things have changed. In a situation like that, yeah, y'all have kind of moved on, or at least one of y'all probably had, because the likelihood that somebody is doing something a little extra on the side, maybe participating in some extracurricular activities that don't involve the other person that they supposed to be doing most of the stuff with is probably a little higher. But it's not always like that. It's not always like that. Certain things can happen to you in a relationship that might just make you look at the person who you've been looking at positively a little bit differently. You know, things change, seasons change, people change. And that's a fact. And sometimes when people change, they change in a way that doesn't suit the vision that you may have had for each other, or the path that y'all were on and that y'all had agreed to initially. It happens. It happens. So what do you do? What do you do when something a little catastrophic is happening in your union, you know, with your man or your woman, with your spouse? What if they've shown you a side of themselves that you never thought existed before? And maybe it was something that went against your fundamental morals or your code or your way of life, or, you know, just something that just made you look at anybody who would do something like that differently. And there are a variety of ways that this can happen. And cheating is one of them. But this is just one of them, because there are levels to cheating. You know, you got the little surface cheating. You know, maybe somebody is kicking it with somebody. Then you have the physical cheating with, you know, somebody's having sex with somebody. And then you start going to a higher level where somebody may have not only been having sex with somebody else, but they are starting a life with somebody else. Maybe they've gotten somebody else pregnant or got pregnant by somebody else. Not every marriage suffers a fatality under those circumstances. There have been plenty of marriages where outside children have come in to a pre-structured family and shook up things, but maybe something like that caused you to move on. Now, they already moved on before you, but they moved on before you with you. Now, you may not be able to ever look at that person again, because you know that the dynamics of your family, the way that your family is set up is totally different now, and there's no going back. You can't stuff a child right back up into the womb and make it go away. You got to deal with that. And you have to deal with the decision that you made to either stay or go. Now, I didn't really want to come out of the box and go that high, but there are many other ways where this scenario can play out, where one or both of y'all have moved on. But the thing is, you've moved on, but you're still together. You've moved on, but you still hold out hope that y'all will work it out. You've moved on, but you still love the person. You've moved on, but you haven't moved out. You've moved on, but you haven't moved out. It's cerebral. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you have moved on in a relationship, and you may actively be mad at a person that you're dealing with actively, but you're still hoping that they will come and get you. You're hoping that they will come and fix what they broke. And they might not have done it yet. What's up, Stacy White? Thanks for coming on through. I appreciate you. And also, let me get this name right. Niall Holmes. What's going on? He says, are you a kid or a grown-up? I am a grown-up. I'm a kid. I'm a Toys R Us kid. I don't want to grow up. You can tell by my beard that I'm very young. You can tell because all of us in our teens have a gray beard, or what you consider this white. Is my beard white or gray? But I'm young, like baby young. But yeah, trying to get back with somebody that you're still with. Do you know what I'm talking about? trying to get back with somebody that you're still with. What we're talking about is trying to get back to what you were, trying to get back to a comfort zone that you shared with that person, trying to get back to the love that y'all shared. The love we had stays on my mind. The love we share stays on my mind. And sometimes it be like that. It be like that. You're trying to get back to a comfortable place, a loving place, a nice place, a fun place that you were with somebody a year ago, years ago, times ago. But y'all still together. So you may have already moved on. Maybe you have lost total faith in your union. You've lost total faith in your relationship, but you're still there. You're still there, hoping that one day your light will cut back on, or they will cut it on for you. Maybe you're hoping that they will show you their comeback ability, their ability to get you back, get the two of you back where you once were and where you once enjoyed each other. It's not an easy thing. It's not easy. It can be quite difficult. Let's do this intro. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Saturday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Saturday. And it is a Saturday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the rrrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrrr, well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show, and we are talking about y'all still together, but one of y'all have moved on. Y'all still together, but one of y'all have moved on. If y'all would like to call into the show, yes, you can call into the show. Your voice can be heard. You can call in and speak your piece, or you can yell, scream, laugh, cry, argue, fuss, fight, diss, show respect. There's no censorship on this show. You can cuss and you can curse and you can swear. You can cuss, curse, swear. You can swear, curse, cuss. Call 319-527-6199. The number to call is area code 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, 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 y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199. That's the number you can call. You will hear my voice. I will call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number, and you can rock on it, do the damn, do the damn thing. We're talking about y'all still together, but one of y'all have moved on. Yeah, in a situation where your relationship was good, where y'all were really, really attracted to each other, where y'all really wanted to be around each other, enjoyed each other's company, y'all shared in activities, y'all were just really good with each other. You had good communication skills between the two of you. Hey, there were, when that starts to break down, when it starts to dissipate, when it starts to disintegrate, and you start getting into the area where you don't look at your partner the same way. And it could be a variety of things that can cause this to happen. We just used one example a few minutes ago, but I think I set the bar a little too high. So we're going to go a little lower. Have you ever been with somebody that you thought that you were super compatible with? You thought that the two of you really liked the same things. Y'all came from the same places. Y'all had the same goals. Y'all wanted the same things out of life. Fundamentally, y'all seem sound together. But later on, you found out that they believe in something that you don't believe in. It could be something. It could be something political. Maybe you grew up a bleeding heart liberal. You believe that all men are created equal. Everybody should have an equal chance. There's more that the government could do in order to make things easier for the citizens, not just concentrating on the money all the time. Or maybe you grew up as a conservative and you believe that everybody needs to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and everybody has a chance to make it out here, regardless of where you come from or what your background is or how much money you have. You can always make more. You can always do well for yourself. You can live the American dream. Well, if you are staunch in those beliefs, how about this? You thought that you and somebody else were totally compatible, and then you found out that you were dealing with a racist, or they had racist views on some things. Maybe when everything was all good, they seemed like they weren't racist, or that they really genuinely appreciated all people and things like that. But maybe when certain events happen, then their more prejudiced side came out. And that might have made you look at them different. Like maybe you started thinking about your kids. Like, I don't have any children with this person, but if I had children with them, I don't want them growing up with those values. And it could be either one. It could be like, I don't want my children growing up with those liberal values, thinking that they have to that they have to pay for things that they didn't buy or for crime, or they have to pay for crimes that they didn't commit personally and things like that. Or it could be on the conservative side, where you think that all immigrants coming into this country are bad, or they shouldn't receive certain benefits or subsidies or even a chance to come into this country. Maybe we should just take care of home. Maybe, like, what would you do if you found out that somebody holds totally different social and political views than you did? Now, how y'all got together without knowing that? Maybe they didn't want to show you that side. Maybe they didn't want to show you that side until y'all were cemented together. But maybe it started coming out later. Like maybe at work, your spouse or your lover was passed over for a job for a black person, a Hispanic person, or an immigrant. And you looking like, well, maybe the way they handled it was like, this damn black guy, they're catering to these NIGGERSs. And you like, it might not be a situation where you love black people if you're a white person, but maybe it made you look at like, well, I don't look at them as that. They're not bad people. They're bad people in every race and every culture, but they're not bad as a whole. And maybe you would never lump them together, but maybe them saying something like that made you look at them differently. And you thinking like, I don't want my children growing up with those kinds of thoughts and those kinds of values. I don't like that. Maybe that makes you uncomfortable. But you're still with the person. You still love the person. You're still attracted to the person. They still have a lot of gifts. And look, you want to be with them, but you don't want them to be like that. And maybe as time went on, they started showing more of that side. They started showing more of that side of themselves. And over time, it might have made you start to move on. Like, I'm not comfortable with this anymore. I don't like this. I'm going to exit stage left. What's going on, Cal Chamber? Let me Cal Chamber, let me Rita. And also my brother Ansel Jones is in the house. What's going on, my brother Ansel Jones? Good to see you here, my brother, my Mella, my man. Good looking out, y'all. Thanks for coming through. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And remember that you can call into the show if you want to talk about this more in depth, and you don't want your words to be taken out of context or lost in translation. You can call in 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. And also Fart Inhaler. Wow, what a name. Fart Inhaler. He says, poetry. Hey, my name is Travis, and I am a monster. How are you today? Rawr! Rawr! Wait a minute. You're a monster? I hope you're still here, Travis, because I just happened to have my monster I'm going to summon the monster. 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 Come monster, come monster, come monster, come monster, come monster. Where you at? Where you at? Yo, show yourself. Come monster, come monster, come monster, come monster, come monster, come monster. Where you at? Show yourself. Where you at? Show yourself. Come monster, come on. Where's the monster at? Let's summon the evil spirits. Evil spirits. Fart in hell, I say. Evil spirits. It's the evil spirits as we know it. It's the evil spirits as we know it. Where the monster at? Fart in hell, are you still here? Are you still here? Are you still? Are you still here? I don't know, man. He must have left. What we gonna do now? We ain't got no monster for the show, man. And here I predicted that there would be a monster coming to the show today, and I made sure that I had what I needed. Nonetheless, yeah. So when you realize that somebody has a total different belief system that you have, and you don't think that you're going to be able to get past that, it may make you move on mentally, because you may know that unless this person changes or unless they make some adjustments in the way that they feel, the way that they do things, because the way that you feel about things is eventually going to make you do something about it. Thoughts lead to actions. So if you're dealing with somebody who's really prejudiced or practices racism, and you're not about that, you know that one day they are going to not only say racist things, but they're probably going to do some racist things. And that might make you move on from somebody mentally, but you're still there. You're still there because you might still love them. Not everybody moves on physically out of a relationship or even out of the home where the relationship exists. Not everybody does that. And you know why some people don't? Because they don't want to. Some people don't want to leave their lover. Some people don't want to. In the Catholic religion, you're not allowed to. Oh, he said Moonstar? And I am a Moonstar. No wonder I couldn't summon the monster. So not only can I not read, I can't get monsters or evil spirits to come in either. Thank you so much, Carol, for correcting me. Thank you. Now we got to find out what a Moonstar is. Look it up. It's Moonstar. What is a Moonstar? Moonstar. I don't think Moonstar is a real thing. Okay, wait. It's a thing, but it's not like a thing. It's like a brand name. I'm a Moonstar. I'm a Moonstar. Yeah. Well, bite my tongue. Ansel Jones says, I don't think I'd buy that one. And he also says, people feel safe around people that have the same beliefs. Yeah, that's a fact. So one of the things that might make you check out of a relationship or make somebody check out of a relationship with you is when you see that the fundamental views that you have about life, about love, about freedom, life, love, liberty. You see that person just doesn't seem to be on board with how you think that things are supposed to be. And that's not easy for everybody to blow off. You look at TV shows, old TV shows like remember the show All in the Family with Archie and Edith Bunker? Edith was like really, easy going, and she didn't seem to have a mean bone in her body. Anybody can come along, anybody can play along. She didn't seem to have any strong views about anything. That's the way they portrayed Edith Bunker. She didn't seem to have any substance to her or anything that she stood on. She just loved her family. She loved her neighbors. She liked anybody. She was likable, and she liked it. She liked everybody. Her husband shared very racist views, very prejudiced, very stoic, very, very cynical in his approach, sort of grouchy, he acted like a New Yorker without the accent. You wonder how somebody like those two could be together. Well, in real life, they probably wouldn't have been together, to be honest with you. In real life, they probably wouldn't have been together. But on the show, they were. And they weren't exactly opposites, because I know people are going to say that opposites attract. Opposites attract, but how long can they stay together? You can bring something together because it's cute. You can bring something together because it looks good. You can bring something together because it sounds good. You can bring something together because it has money. You can bring something together because it's beneficial. But keeping it together takes time. It takes effort. It takes understanding. It takes a willingness to even want. You gotta want it. Carol Chambers says she was ditzy. She was ditzy as hell. Oh, Archie, how was your day? Your chair is ready. Here's a beer. Here's your beer. She didn't drink. He had to have a beer every day when he came home. And on the show, he only had one beer. In real life, Archie was probably, doing a 6-pack a day. Think about it. He's probably at home getting right. Going to bed with that liquor stench on him. Anybody who's ever been involved with an alcoholic know what I'm talking about. When you're dealing with somebody that got that liquor stench. That liquor stench, you pissy drunk, that liquor stench. That liquor stench. You're drunk and you're nasty. That liquor stench. You stink, baby. You stink, baby. That liquor stench. You smell like a distillery. That liquor stench. Every night, take a shower, motherfuckers. Take a shower, motherfuckers. You drink too much. You drink too much. But I'm sure there are people who maybe just like to have one beer when they come home. Maybe if you like to taste the beer, maybe. But most people I know, If they have one beer, they have two. And if they have two, they have three. And if they have three, they have four. 6-pack a day, six-pack a day. Doesn't necessarily have to be that way. I ain't going to say that nobody knows how to control themselves. Carol Chamberlain says they need a breath mint, LOL. And I spelled it the way people say it. You said the way Popo say it. It's all good. I see you corrected it. I corrected yourself. It's all good. And so says when people move from West Baltimore to East Baltimore, people look at them different. So I guess East Baltimore is like the more affluent area. It sounds like that's what you're saying. So they done moved on up when they moved to East Baltimore. So West Baltimore is the hood. East Baltimore is where you're living good or living better. Okay. Yeah. So there's certain things that might make you move on even though you're still in a relationship. But in your mind, you've moved on. You done checked out. You done got down, got funky. You done got up, got down, got funky, got loose. But what if it happens to you? What if you can tell that somebody has moved on from you? What if you can tell? What if you can tell that somebody just doesn't seem to have the willingness to work through your problems in the relationship like they used to be? And that can be it can be demoralizing, and it can be an ego check. You know, a lot of people have convinced themselves that they're going to be together with somebody forever. They're going to always be together. Somebody is always going to love them. Somebody is always going to put up with them. Somebody is always going to be there with them. Always, always, always. And it doesn't always work out that way. Always. But yeah, how would y'all handle it? How would y'all handle it if you knew that somebody moved on from you? Like you could feel it. They're not as warm and gentle and as affectionate as they used to be. They're not as concerned with you as they used to be. Maybe they used to always kiss you goodbye and hug you hello. Or hug and kiss you goodbye and hug and kiss you hello. Now when they've been coming in the house, it's almost like they try to avoid you. They don't seem to be interested in your hugs and your kisses. Before, that was a big thing. Oh yeah, that's my baby. Come on, let me. All right, I'll see you later on when I get home. And when they got home, they ain't come on, baby. And now it's like they come home, they get right on the couch and turn on the TV or run upstairs and take a shower. I ain't even want to say run up and take a shower, because when somebody hits the shower as soon as they come home, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are people who do that. There's some people who come home and the first thing they do is they jump in the tub. They gotta wash their job off of them. I've known people who are like that. Like soon as they come home from the crib, you know, they really feel like they need to cleanse their job off of them. Nurses do it. Like, I got to get out of these scrubs. These scrubs got all kinds of germs, diseases, conditions. Like, I got a broken arm on these scrubs. Like, how do you have a broken? I'm telling you, there's a broken arm on these scrubs, a dislocated hip, a car accident. I got to get these scrubs off me. They got the wrong kind of energy in them, and I got to jump in the shower to watch this 12 hours. This 12 hours of violence and sickness and hurt off of me. So some people might jump in the shower, but if it's somebody who doesn't customarily do that, and now all of a sudden they're doing that, it's going to raise mad red flags in your head. It's going to raise mad red flags in your head. So as they continue to do things like that, you can tell that they're just not here with you like they used to be. I tell you, man, this camera is something else. That thing be tracking. Like anything that blocks, you see, look like. And that's not even close. Up close, it's gonna dim everything. So even this little flap on the cup. Technology, baby. And this ain't even it's a smartphone, but this don't have AI technology. But it's doing its numbers. It's doing its numbers. Care says that happened to me. I was so hurt by it. Yeah. When somebody has moved on, and you know they moved on. Now people, and maybe yourself, is asking yourself, well, why don't I move on? And sometimes the answer is as simple as I ain't ready to move on. I don't want to move on. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to be. So I'm going to give myself a chance to work this thing out. I'm not going nowhere. And you're also holding out hope that they feel the same way. They have to have some love left for you because they still here. They haven't moved. They may be in a financial position to move, but they might not be in an emotional position to move. Now, there can be certain things dealing with guilt that you might have to deal with because you might know why they have moved on. You might have fucked up. It ain't always the other person that fucks up. Sometimes it's you. And you know how it is dealing with when you've made a really bad mistake or you did some shit on purpose and the biggest mistake was either getting caught or being the way that you were. You know? Yeah. Y'all still together, but one of y'all have moved on. Your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. You're messing me around. Well, they might not really be messing you around if they have a legitimate reason for moving on in some kind of way. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752. And we are talking about y'all are still together, but one of y'all, at least one of y'all have moved on. Now, if it's a case where both of y'all have moved on, then it's only a matter of time. Maybe y'all just waiting for the lease to end so y'all can go ahead and go y'all separate ways. But when only one of y'all have moved on and the other one is still all in, one of y'all, and let me explain this moved on in your mind thing. Because you may have moved on in your mind, but that might only mean that you have accepted that this thing probably won't last. But you may have also accepted that I'm going to be here until it goes. So I've moved on. I've accepted that this thing is like all living things. And you know, all living things must pass away. They have to expire. So, but you may have accepted that, yeah, this union between us is not going to last. Now, there are different ways that this thing can play out. We ain't done. We 39 minutes in now. We ain't done. There are a lot of different ways where you could have moved on or somebody could have moved on from your union, but y'all still here. And not necessarily, like, I just wanted to make sure that I made it understood that just because you have moved on doesn't necessarily mean that you have given up. It's weird. It's weird. You may have moved on, but you haven't given up. It's like watching your favorite player on a sports team lose a step, but you know he's still fast. You wait for him to break one. You know that the player can still play, but they're not like they used to be. So they're still your favorite player. You still believe, but you know for the overall team, it's probably best for them to. It's probably better to get younger. In sports, it's always best to get younger. Younger, but better in some kind of ways. Not easy. But in your personal life, yeah, you may be waiting for your aging player or your veteran, your wily veteran to make a veteran move and help fix what y'all have going on. But you're waiting. They ain't performing. They ain't doing it, but you still hold out hope. They can still play. They can still play. They might not be passing for 5,000 yards in a season like they used to. They might not be passing for 25 touchdowns in a season like they used to. But they can still win some games. And you're hoping that they'll come back and win one for y'all. We need you to win one for the Gipper. Just one more. Don't quit before you get this ring. Come on, Dan Marino. We got to get this ring. John Elway didn't quit till he got his. John Elway didn't quit till he got his. It was looking dark. It wasn't looking good. It was not looking good. But he ended his career with 2 rings back to back. Denver Broncos. Y'all remember? I remember. You might be looking for that. Dan Marino didn't get his. Dan Fouts didn't get his. Harold Cunningham, a whole lot of quarterbacks that were great did not get the ring. In your life, you may be looking for that ring in your relationship. It could be a wedding ring, or it could be the ring of happiness and love. Y'all had it before, but now y'all looking like the Cowboys and the 49ers. Been a long time since you got that ring. But at least the 49ers are still going to Super Bowls. I'm glad they lost. But you know, look at the Cowboys, they can't even get there. They can't get there. They can't win enough games to even qualify for a ring. So they fans are constantly talking about how it was back in the day. We got 5 rings. We got 5 rings. You might be experiencing that in your loving relationship. There was a time when every day felt like a championship win. And now you can't even make it back to the playoffs. Somebody has moved on, but they still here. You got to start winning games again. No, don't change the coach. Don't change the coach. Oh, okay, hold on. Ansel Jones says, when 2 coworkers retire, but only one missed being at the job. Whoa, I'm going to get to this whole job thing, but that's a good one. Care Bear says, then in a turn of events, I started to let go after trying to make it work. I could tell that he could tell once the tables had turned. Once the tables turned. Carol says, Care Bear, those tables will turn and some can't handle that. Woo! Woo! Carol also says, 6 watching and the likes ain't matching. Likes are a free way to support the show. I know. I don't know why people be stingy with the likes. You ain't gonna tell me. Listen, we talk about real life shit here. we talking about real shit here. Please like the show. Please share the show. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. I mean, at the very least, you don't want to push the like button. How about giving me some hearts? Give me some 100s. Give me something. Give me something. It's all free. Care Bear says, everything in Denver has his name on it. Elway Toyota, Elway Medical Center, Elway Tacos. Yeah. He got them back. The Broncos couldn't win a Super Bowl. They had been to a bunch of them. Couldn't win. Got blown out in them. And John Elway was a great quarterback. He really was. He was good. Had a rocket arm. But it looked like he was going to retire without a ring on some Dan Marino shit. Gaudy numbers, crazy numbers, and no ring. But they got a new coach. They got Mike Shanahan. And he said, "Nah, with a quarterback like John Elway, we can win this championship," and he did. Back to back. You might not be able to afford to get a new coach. We only got 2 players on this team, and we can't afford to replace either player. Now, one player has moved on mentally and maybe emotionally, but I'm still here. Yo, Stacy White, thanks for the sticker. Appreciate it. Peace to you. Thank you so much for the sticker. That's what I'm talking about. Now, that's what I call a like. That is a like. Thank you, Stacy. All right. Luke Starling says, hey, man, need some advice. My wife farted when I was going down on her. Damn near melted my face with hot egg. We haven't spoke since. You think I should file a divorce? When you go down on your woman and she farts on you, that's like the greatest form of appreciation. I mean, you was looking to make something come out, right? Well, maybe the fart came out before that pleasure juice came out. You know, before the pleasure pee came. The pleasure pee. Maybe that's what Janet Jackson was really talking about when she said the pleasure principle. And maybe she was talking about the pleasure pee. Give me the pleasure pee. Give me the pleasure pee. I was looking for the pleasure pee, but she farted on me. What do I do? Oh, I don't know, but I got a flow when she farted on me. It stunk, yo. But I kept on going. I was showing tenacity. My wife just farted her ass on me. What can I do going forth? I'ma do it again. I'ma do it again. She farted on me. Do it again. She farted on me. Yeah, and I'ma do it again. I'ma do it again. She farted. I do it again. I'm cold-hearted. She farted. Cold-hearted. Motherfuckers be thinking they gonna come here and make me bad. I ain't mad. You gonna get a song. What else we got? Care Bear says, yes, Luke. She has problems that you can't fix. I think he needs to live with it. Don't let him move on. Don't move on, Luke. Don't move on. Stay. Baby, won't you just stay for a little while? Baby, won't you just stay? Sorry I farted on you when you went down on me. I didn't think that it would sting so long. If you do it again, I will watch my diet. Baby, don't you leave me just 'cause I farted on you. Baby, won't you just stay? Oh, the sun is going down. Baby, won't you just stay? Yeah. Luke said, I ain't ever had fish and eggs on the same plate. I don't want it. Well, if she smells like fish, we got a different issue going on. We got a different issue going on. Carol says, and so you want this one new music. Luke says, party got started because she farted, smelled the eggs, so I departed. Yeah, party got started because she farted, smelled the eggs, so I departed. I said, she farted, smelled like eggs, so I departed. Yeah, do that thing, Luke. Do that thing, Luke. Do that thing, Luke. Do that thing. Do the thing. Luke gotta deal with the party on the face, but I think we should give him some space. Yo, after a little while, yo, the eggs and the fish, yo, that's your style, yo. And that's the wife you marry her. So you had to know that it could probably occur that she will fart in your face one day. But that's how y'all play. Everything is gonna be all right, Luke. Everything is gonna be all right, Luke. Don't leave. Don't leave, Luke. You got to stay. Don't leave, Luke. That's how we play. Don't leave, Luke. It's gonna be all right. What you talking about? Yo, she farted at you, right? Just a little fart. Just a little fart. Just a little fart. It could be worse, Luke. I'm not going to get into it right now. But trust me, it could be worse. You're going to have to trust me on this one. It could be way worse. Campbell says, they don't know that you're already a troublemaker. They don't know. Luke said, I look like I had a stroke. Looking like you had a stroke and having a stroke is different. Ask Bobby Brown. Ask Bobby Brown. Brown. David Ortiz said that beard atrocious. Yeah, I guess it. Because I just shaved my shit today. Look, I'm all lined up. Should I put some powder on it? I'm lined up. Look, you see? Look. My beard fucked up? Oh, well, you know. Hey, look, I tried. Let me throw my hoodie on. I tried. So, look, you don't have to see the whole beard. Like, I tried. Anyway, this whole y'all still together, but one of y'all has moved on thing. Ansel Jones brought up retiring from a job, but this could definitely happen on a job. Like maybe when you first started your job, they were giving out a lot of opportunities for advancement. You were able to get raises. You were able to get promotions. You were able to live the American dream. You were able to really see how you could make a career out of this job. Maybe you had to go back to school in order to get certain positions, but you know, there were a lot of opportunities. And maybe somewhere along the line, the job showed the job changed leadership. You know, that happens a lot in corporate America. It starts off with a certain amount of investors and they have a certain vision, and then when they get to a certain point they sell the business, and then these new investors come in, these new chairmen come in, and they change around everything that's being done on the job. So here it is, you remember this job 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and now the job doesn't seem to care about anything except for money. They've laid a bunch of people off. They've downsized. They've reduced your opportunity to have entitlements and things like that. And it seems like they're trying to get rid of people so they can make sure that they don't get the entitlement benefits and things like that. So you may have, you may have already accepted, like, I got to get another job. I got to move on from this job. I really, really had plans on retiring from this company, but maybe you think you can't. So you've accepted that they're either going to downsize you or you're going to have to move on from there. And it's not always easy. You've gotten used to your salary. You've gotten used to your benefits package. You may have a bunch of money in your 401k. You know what I'm saying? Like you've done a lot. And they provided ways for you to be able to take care of yourself and sustain your income through your compensation package at your job. You know, your paycheck, what you get paid. So you may have moved on mentally from your job. Like, yo, man, I remember working at GM. It used to be like this. It was great. My man came from nothing, barely a high school diploma. Came in here, worked his way up to supervisor, manager, or foreman, then went into management, and he was doing his damn thing. Moved out in the burbs, sending his kids to private school. He achieved the American dream. He can afford any car that they make. And now it's like his job situation, his job security is shaky. You know, he's worried about how he's going to be able, worried about if he's going to be able to stay working here any longer. Are they going to lay him off, downsize him? They're doing a whole lot of crazy shit. It's just an example. You may have moved on from your job, but you're still there. You're still showing up on time every day. You're still putting in effort. You're still doing the best that you can because you're hoping that GM will come back. And I'm just saying GM because it's an American company, and they make a bunch of cars, American cars that we all grew up with. If you grew up before the Asian era, you know what I mean? I'm talking about when it was cool to drive a Cadillac or Pontiac or an Oldsmobile or a Chevy. When it was cool to drive a Dodge or Plymouth or Chrysler, when our cars were the best cars to drive. You may have moved on. Here you are working for Chevrolet, and you driving a Toyota. You may have moved on. You still at the job, but you may have moved on. You may have already resigned to the fact that I'm not going to be able to stay at this job. And I don't even like the job anymore. Before we all worked together, before the union was strong. Now the union seems to be playing ball with management and corporate, and we just left out here in the cold. What up, FXD? Thanks for coming back. Appreciate it. Care Bear says, does this topic go for friends too? Hell yeah. You know how it goes with friends. You and somebody probably used to be like this, and then they did something. That took y'all from being like this to being more like this. Y'all close. But y'all ain't as connected like y'all were when y'all were like this. Y'all close, but y'all ain't. No. So, yeah. So, a lot of us as we get older, we're not as close with some of our friends that we used to be super close with. We might not talk every day or keep in touch with each other all the time, check in with each other all the time like we used to. We don't share daily life stories like we used to. But y'all might still be best friends. Y'all got families to take care of. Y'all got lives to live. You got, business to tend to. So, but your friend, your good friend, your best friend or whatever may have done some shit that made you look at them differently from now on. Like some slime ball shit that didn't need to be done. You ever had a friend that maybe they went and tried to get back with an ex-lover of yours? Or maybe they did. Or maybe you found out that they did. Maybe you found out that before you and your husband got married, or you and your wife got married, or before you and your girl really, or your man really got close, that your friend, your friend that you were like this with, that you're now like this with, maybe you found out that they used to mess around while y'all were together. Or they messed around before y'all got together, but they never told you. And they both knew the situation. So there was always a little secret thing between you. Secret thing between your significant other and them. And they kept that from you. And this was supposed to be your day one. Might make you look at them differently from now on. You might not be eligible to just look the other way like you did before. So y'all still good friends because it's been a long time ago, and maybe when it happened, y'all weren't together. But it's definitely something that your spouse or your man or woman should have shared with you. And it's absolutely something that your friend should have shared with you because they were your friend before your spouse or your significant other was ever in the picture. So it might have been something that made you look at them different. Cosmos 1K says, greeting from Uzbekistan. Wow. Well, thanks for coming through, Cosmos 1K from Uzbekistan. I like that. That's what's up. Appreciate that. And so Joe says, telling your kids you can't go to your friend's house anymore. Oh, woo! And what's up, Mitty? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate y'all. Mitty asked, what advice can you give to people 18 to 20-year-old? I'm gonna tell you something, Mitty. I was once 18 to 20, and I remember thinking, between the years of 18 to 20, I really thought that my whole life was in front of me. Like, I don't know about you, but I was very ambitious when I was 18. Like, I really thought that everything was in line. When you're in high school, you're about to graduate high school, and you know that you're either gonna go to college, so you think that your career path is intact. So you may think that you already know what you want to be, or you may be going into the military, where you know that you're going to be putting your life on the line to serve your country. But if you should survive it, you'll be taken care of for the rest of your life. So you think that, that's the way it's going to be. Or you're going to, or maybe you already know what you want to do. Maybe you know where you want to work. Maybe you already have a career lined up. Like maybe you know a trade, or you know a trade, whether it's cosmetology, aka doing hair, or whether it's being a mechanic or something like that. Maybe you already know what you're going to be, and you figure this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, and I'm going to be okay. So my advice to an 18 to 20-year-old is keep your options open about changing directions to do whatever you need to do when the time comes for you to do it. That's the best advice I can give you. And the other advice that I would give you, and I hate to give this advice, but I have to, just based on personal experience. Whoever you're dealing with romantically, don't think that y'all going to be together for the next 20 years. You might be together for the next 20 years, but the likelihood that it's going to happen that way is so low. And even if you do make it with that person for the next 20 years, 10 to 20 years, know that you're going to have to go through so much shit, so much fire, because you're learning. You're still a baby. And I don't mean a baby as in you don't have any sense or you can't do for yourself. I mean that you're a baby in your experience base and your knowledge base. A lot of people think that they know a lot because they've been through a lot of bad times. So they'd be like, I done seen it all, done it all. No, you haven't. You have not seen it all. You have not done it all. There's a lot more left. Just because you've experienced a lot of bad things, you have to balance that off with a lot of the good things, because there are good things to come. But you have to be here. You got to be present in the moment in order to even realize what good and bad really is. That's the advice that I can give an 18 to a 20-year-old. And also, stay away from drugs. And excessive alcohol. Ain't no good future in none of that shit. I mean, all things in moderation. All things in moderation. Kerber says, I have a lot of students from Uzbekistan. They speak Uzbek and English. That's what's up. And so says, Omar, the most scary part about the military is the 4-year contracts on the third year. Man, I can imagine. And so how many tours did you do? How many tours did you do? No. Because sometimes I get the feeling that you're still in the military. You still here? You still here? Yeah. You still there? All right, y'all. By the way, like I said, y'all can call into the show, 319-527-6199. We only gonna be on here for a little bit longer. You know, I mean, we a little bit over an hour in. You know, we gonna go for about maybe 10, 15 more minutes later, and then we gonna break on out. But yeah, I want to thank all the new listeners for coming through. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Y'all stingy with y'all likes, but you know, I encourage you, hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752, aka Omar with the and we're talking about y'all still together, but one of y'all has moved on. You moved on mentally, emotionally. You still here, still living in the same house, still paying bills, still acting like the love is still there, even though, and the love may still be there, but it's not playing out like it used to. It's not doing the same numbers as it used to. Y'all ain't friends like y'all were. Not having sex at the frequency as you used to is a good indicator that things have changed. But little do people know is that it's not the best indicator. It's not the best indicator because a lot of people start off so hot and heavy that there's no way that if they're going to live their lives that they can keep up that kind of pace. But a better indicator that things have changed, or that one or both of you have moved on, is when you don't enjoy being around that person, or you suspect that somebody doesn't enjoy being around you as much. When you need an exorbitant amount of space and you didn't need no space before, when somebody used to be up under you like a cat or a dog is, anybody out there that has cats knows that if your cat really loves you, they will be up like, listen, I got a cat. Some of y'all know her, some of y'all don't. But my cat Crystal be here right by my side. When I'm on the couch, I'm playing the game, I'm watching TV. She be like, yo, we playing the game. We're watching TV. I gotta get some of this fur on you. And maybe that's how your lover used to be. Maybe that's how your man used to be. Maybe that's how your girl used to be. Maybe that's how your spouse used to be. When you see that they are starting to enjoy their time away from you more than they do with you, it's a good indicator that things have really changed between one or both of you. Yeah. Because you can still be attracted to somebody. In other words, think that they're really good looking, sexy, and all of that. But you can still be like, man, fuck you though. You had sex with my cousin. Or you stole all the money out of my bank account. My life savings. You know, I was saving that money to start up this business to really give us a future. And you spent that money on 2 Louis bags and a goddamn used car. Or you was just taking a little bit more, and it could definitely go for the other way around. We were supposed to be pooling our money together to start a business, or to send our kids to college. And come to find out, you've been spending money on tricking, giving strippers our money, giving hookers our money. We had a bank account of $30,000. And now we got $3,000 because of you. You messed up everything. And it might change everything about how y'all feel about each other, or the way that you feel about them. Yeah. Y'all still together, but y'all are the equivalent of separate beds, different rooms. It ain't a good look. Ain't no good. Ain't no good. All right. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We're going to get on about here. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious February 24th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special, because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Michelle Andrews turning 54 years old today. And also Shaolin Hanif Ghost Dancer turning 60 years old today. That's my man. And also Shauna Ina Grant turning 30 years old today. And Tamika Sanders turning 50 years old today. And Kalia Green turning 42 years old today. And Kim Chocolate Girl Hartsfield, happy birthday to you. And Dr. Paul Hopkins, last but not least, my man Dr. Paul Hopkins. Happy birthday to you, my brother. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that the day finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious February 24th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, yeah, universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on, do the damn, rock out, rock on, do the damn, rock out, rock on, and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, moving on from somebody when you're not really ready to move on, even though you feel like you have to move on in order to protect your good self, is not an easy thing to do. Moving with somebody, moving towards somebody is not always an easy thing to do, but you get used to it. You come to depend on it. So the decision to move away from that person, to move on from that person, physically is not always your first choice. You may have to do the mental and emotional work first. Like I have to get over there mentally first before I can start gathering all my shit, canceling all of my financial obligations, and calling a moving van and getting my shit on up out of here. And honestly, it might not be what you want to do. Like I still believe in this love. I still believe in this thing. I still believe. I still believe. You just might. You just might. All right, Luke Starling. He said, all right, we worked out our differences. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to renew our vows. Our vows, after all, there's no fart without heart. Yeah. You tell them. Yes. Unity. You and me. Unity. You and me. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another Urban Therapy with Sun show. So please come on through. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share the show, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. So Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobas. 1, 2, on the other side, my boobas. 3, 4. Yeah, more in store, my boobas. Thanks, y'all. All right.